like to give the microphone to Mr. Karim Minabawy, a board member of the Egyptian Tour Agency Association.
Thank you. Well, good morning, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Well, yes, my name is Karim Minabawy, and I know the surname is too difficult. After 28 years, my wife doesn't know how to pronounce it anymore. So if you see me in the corridor, just call me Karim. I'll know myself. Well, it's a real honor, I mean, to be sitting next to the two largest airlines that I'm really proud of in our beautiful African continent, but also next to a very shrewd competitor. They have been a very, very tough competitor all the years, but he was such a big competitor that we've been seeing each other much more than we both see our wives. So we became very good friends. And he sat with me in many boards, on many boards actually in different associations. So always a pleasure to have you next to me. Thank you, Mu'taz. Well, as said, yes, I'm representing here the travel agent, the Egyptian Travel Agents Association, which is one of the five chambers actually that regulate the travel into Egypt. I'm also honored I'm the Emir Travel, which is a travel house in Egypt and the Emirates. These are my private parts of the business. In my other volunteers part of the business, beside the Egyptian Travel Agents Association, I was very proud to represent Africa in an association called Euromic, which is the most distinguished DMCs consortium in the world. I was presenting Africa, and I was so proud that I brought the flag of Africa to high, and I've been the president of this organization for 3 years. I'm now sitting on the international board of SITE, which is the Society Incentive of Travel Excellency. Again, I started in my board term as representing the seat of Africa and Middle East, and I'm so proud to be the president-elect of the association. In fact, in 3 days, I'm going to Chicago in order to applying for the presidency of SITE, and if it happens, I would be also extremely proud to bring the flag of our continent so high as the president of the Society of Travel, the SITE. Talking about Africa, I'm extremely passionate, and I think bringing me on the panel, it was just by coincidence because I was the only board member available. They just brought us from London a few days ago. Me and His Excellency Ishan were in London attending maybe not to many parts of the country, specifically to 3 or 4 countries, but it has been a passion. And throughout my travel, I've just noticed the beauty that this continent owns and still hasn't been exposed to the world. We have a lot to offer between culture, and of course spread all over, between culture, between safaris, between water, between sea, water activities, beaches or rivers, cruising. It's unlimited. It's seriously unlimited. The only thing is that we haven't been exposed, and we haven't exposed our treasure yet. I would put this into one word. We have every single country of the 55 African countries has always been promoting itself individually. And this is the biggest mistake we had. Of course, we don't have the budget, and we don't have so much to expose ourselves as others can. So I think the name of the game here would be to unify, to get together. Southern Africa, Western Africa, Eastern Africa, Northern Africa, they're very close. And you will agree with me that many of the African countries actually are, when we say, for instance, Southern Africa, who would go to South Africa without passing by Namibia? Who would go to Zambia without going to Zimbabwe? And so on, and Rwanda and so on. So, and examples are many. So I'm just coming from WTM, as I said, a week before I was in IMEX in Vegas, and you go to the African side, and each one of those countries are completely separate. with small stand. Imagine if those very small stands just get together, what the impact would do, what the attraction will offer, especially that, in fact, they are sold together. There is no American or British that, as I just said, will go to Zimbabwe without crossing the river, go to Zambia. I mean, I was lucky enough. I had the board of site in Zimbabwe in June, and that's what happened. I was in Zimbabwe, actually. I was invited by the Minister of Tourism in Zimbabwe hosting this site event. And every single night we've been doing something that is combined with Zambia. I mean, which I actually, even myself, they know that are so close, and attraction could be actually shared. I mean, we even ourselves, we don't know. We have to share this. We have to tell this to the international world, because this is what actually happened. They will go to Southern, they will not go to one single country in Southern Africa. They will go to 3 or 4. Let's get together. Even since Mr. Shams Hazoua was the Minister of Tourism, we've been vouching for, let's get together with Tunisia, let's get even together with Jordan, because lots of people are actually selling Egypt and Jordan. And that's, Jordan is not in Africa, I understand, but it's just the idea. Let's get together in order to be much stronger and to be able to deliver our message in such a rich way, rather than just cutting corners and so on. So that would be my first message. My second message, I have been in the business for more than 35 years. I don't want to be, enough to say more than 25 years, so that you don't start to count. I started at 5 years old anyway, so if you want to count, you can. Throughout my career, I would say half of my experience and half of this period, Egypt has been in an unsafe situation around the world. At least I would say half, just to be very optimistic. This is because of whatever crisis happening here. When crisis was happening in Iraq, Egypt was losing its business. I'm telling you, when crisis happened in New York in 2001, Egypt lost the business. So we are losing business like every other year. It became part of our DNA now. So what I really want to stress here is that the possibility of filling the gaps of our internal problem, losing international business from Africa, is very high, and the potential is there. So, between the unsafety situation that Egypt might be actually facing with, between the diseases, the spread of rumors of diseases that might be in Central Africa, whatever it is, and blah, blah, blah. We are nations that actually can stand this type of rumors, and we can go over it. So if we can start also promote, and having both airlines sitting next to me, if we can start really promote this internal travel, at least to fill our gaps when we are lacking the international visitors, or during the low season, for instance, that would be the best we can do to each other. And if we don't start to do this, we don't expect others to do it for us. That was my 2 messages. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, wonderful.